Hey guys, I hope everybody's well. We are going to be using the Divine Master deck and an Angel's Tarot deck. Four of Wands. I mean, I like that. Alright, so let's ask our angels, saints, spirit guides, ancestors into our space. Provide divine love, divine messages for our highest and greatest good. So it is and so will be. All right. I liked this message in here. It says, Divine Master within, the voice of my inner teacher. I call on you now. Awaken and activate. I am willing to remember you, and so it is. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's see what the messages are for us today. Paul the Venetian, gifted one. Revealing hidden talents and opportunities to shine. Beautiful. Joan of Arc, sacred activist. Do not be afraid. Stand up for your beliefs. Ooh. I love it. Here we go. Divine Master. The teacher awakens, the student becomes the master. All right. Ascended Master Thoth. Okay. We have Jesus, acts of service. When you serve, the universe serves you. Absolutely. Look at these amazing energies working with us. Thank you, Spirit. Wow, look at this. Rajani. I know I messed these names up. Please forgive me. Transcending fear. Facing fear leads to fearlessness. Embrace your power. Look at how powerful you are. Amazing. Isis, reclaiming your magic. Call back your power and what's rightfully yours. Wow. See, look at Guru Ramdas, a miraculous moment. Horus, manifestation vortex. Beliefs make manifest. Thoughts attract and create. Don't we know it? We have Hathor, light activation, acceleration, brilliance, and standing in your light. We have Commander Ashtar, leadership activation, time to evolve, trust in your ability to guide others. And then we have Sodet, cosmic power, unlimited potential, sacred mission, initiation. Wow, that's so cool. That's amazing. All right. Harmony surround you. Expect miracles. Beautiful. So I'm sitting here and I open up to one that's not on the table here, and it talks about the Lemurians. It talks about clairvoyance being activated, psychic awareness, sensitivity, and trusting your intuition. So I'm going to read a little bit about this. So Lemuria was a civilization in the middle of the Pacific Ocean in ancient times. The inhabitants of this sacred land lived in complete harmony with nature and had a connection with every living being. The inner vision was fully activated to the point where their pineal gland was fully developed. And they could see for hundreds of miles in every direction in a similar way to the sonar of dolphins and whales. This card represents the highly attuned beings of Lemurian civilization who knew that their land would come to a cataclysmic end because many of their people were abusing their power and awareness. These beings are dedicated to all those who want to serve Earth and develop spiritually by harnessing the gifts that they have come in with. So you might be someone who's come in with some of these gifts and abilities. All right, your psychic gifts and talents are being activated at this time. Trust what you see, hear, feel, and know. For whatever you're picking up is absolutely correct. Your sensitivity is so heightened that you will be able to evaluate people's characters quickly, read between the lines, and see things before they happen. Know that this ability will get stronger and stronger as you use your psychic gifts to know and heal. There's a good chance that in the past your sensitivity was overwhelming because you didn't understand it or how to direct it, but now you're blooming like a beautiful flower. Okay, becoming the light that you were born to be. You've prepared yourself for this moment. Sometimes, lifetimes upon lifetimes of incarnations have led to where you are now. Through embracing your unique experiences and your uniqueness, you can help many others embrace theirs. This is not a time to fit in or conform. This is the moment you let the world know who you are. Okay? Yeah, so this is about your psychic awareness, your sensitivity, and the fact that you're being activated. Okay? You have unlimited potential and you have a sacred mission and it's been initiated. This is why you're here. Okay? Beautiful. Time to evolve. Trust in your ability to guide others. I love that. One sec. Like some of you are being asked to be a leader. And as a result of your leadership, you're being called to trust in your ability to guide others. Okay, Empress at the bottom of the deck. All right, so tell us what we need to know. There's that awakening. There's that clarity, that understanding, that knowing, that enlightenment. Okay, let's see. What do we need to know to support this time of evolving? Okay, Seven of Wands. This brings me to Joan of Arc. Okay, literally, like cloaked, right? Ready to fight for a cause, standing up for what you believe in, not backing down, right? Having what you need. You're fully equipped, protected. That's great. Then we have the Hierophant. Yeah, this is about your beliefs. All right, there is this like higher calling that you are being activated towards. Okay, so this could be the student becomes the master, like being a teacher in some way. I'm also getting like standing up for what you believe in as it relates to the influences of life and the situation. So the different areas of life. So I'm talking about family, religion, society, school, even loyalty. I feel like you're a loyal, you're like a loyal warrior, okay? A divine warrior, a devoted warrior, okay? I'm also getting this is like spiritual leadership, okay? Okay, we have the Chariot. This is perseverance and movement. Okay, the Empress. I love that. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a time for movement, time for change, time for evolving, right? The Chariot talks about like an activation, right? Yeah, it talks about the discipline and drive that's needed, okay? I feel like this is, you know, something that you've exhibited, okay? So let's talk a little bit more about this message here. We have an Empress, so we're talking about earth energy, we're talking about nurturing, holding space, doing things from a place of love, growing, evolving, okay? It's like evolving to the next level, all right? There's many versions of you. The Empress has been through so many lessons, and there is this position here, right? It's like trusting your ability to guide others, okay? There's been a lot that you've overcome and persevered through. And there's this balance here between the light and the dark. A bit of integration, if you will. Then I have Temperance. More balance and harmony here. This reminds me of this card. Cosmic Power. Talks about unlimited potential, sacred mission initiated. I also get that with this card, Sacred Mission Initiated. Okay, standing in your light. Bringing peace, harmony, balance, inner alchemy here. It's like being between both realms, right? The physical realm and the spiritual realm, being able to have those experiences here. All right, and then I have the Ten of Pentacles coming out next. So there's something that's like a legacy here, prophecy even. All right, I'm also getting calling back your power and what is rightfully yours is also this Temperance. Healing, okay. Being able to transmute energy. Again, reclaiming your magic here. Transcending fear. Acts of service. Being of service up here. Yeah, and then there was when you serve, the universe serves you. When you serve, the universe serves you. I'm getting like there's something that is destined for you. This Ten of Pentacles, you know, there's multi-generationals here. And there's also this, like, being able to transmute something for the highest and greatest good and having it be long-lasting, something that's generational, something that's a legacy, something that might even tie to, like, a prophecy. Okay? I'm also getting, like, it's almost like your ancestors have your back with the Ten of Pentacles. Because they kind of look like colonial times, right? It's got like, they all kind of have that clothing on. So it's like a period specific. I have the Hermit here. Guiding others on the path. Trust in your ability to guide others as the Hermit. I have 10 of Cups. There's some big energy here. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. I feel like you're being led straight to your happiness, your emotional fulfillment. You might be someone who is able to help lead others, okay? The ability to guide others, okay? Based on the wisdom and knowledge and access you have. I feel like you've done this before, right? That clairvoyance card, your abilities are coming online. Okay, you're an illuminator. Okay. It's like you're lighting the way, you're guiding the way, like light worker energy, 10 of Cups. I feel like those who are meant to be for you will be for you, and they will hold you with open arms. All right. Being welcomed. Okay. Being, it's like sometimes you pick your family, right? You might be somebody who has a lot of open arms for others. And then there's this strong, like, heaven on earth and bliss and strong divine connection here at the 10 of Cups. It's like all your wishes and dreams have come true. And then I have the Fool. Must not be foolish and forget the lessons that we've learned. However, as a result of those lessons, there's new perspective and outlook on life. So it's like your whole life is going through a shift, a change. To the point where, you know, needing to stand in your light is super important here. There's new experiences. Maybe you're being asked to take a chance and be spontaneous. All right, this is beliefs make manifest here. This is the Master Alchemist and the manifesting energy. So this is talking about like beliefs make manifest, a manifestation vortex. It's like Horus energy. All right, so you have a lot of ancestors potentially, or you have unlocked the key to access divine wisdom and knowledge, which is also the magician, okay? So it's really important, like you're creating something new here, okay? What is this? Man, the magician. I feel like you're successful in what you're creating. I feel like you're helping others through their pain and suffering. Maybe it has something to do with what you've experienced in life. And so there's some sort of expertise, some sort of wisdom, knowledge, medicine, magic that you're able to share with others along the path. You're not meant for everybody, okay? You're meant for those who you align with, okay? You might be teaching others to trust their abilities, especially when not all is seen, okay, in the physical. So they're having to trust the spiritual realm and their spiritual gifts. So I feel like you're someone who may be able to teach them something really important, something that they can always take with them no matter where they go. It's like paying something forward is what I'm getting. Trust in your ability to guide others. So you have some sort of practice, or you have this skill set, you have this ability, okay? And you're going to help others with this ability. Okay, I feel like there is a decision here too with the Two of Swords. I feel like it's your free will choice. Maybe you're educating others on like how we have free will, right? And what are the laws here in the universe, right? How do we create in this reality so that we're successful and we're evolving, right? This represents somebody who's, you know, on some sort of pedestal, being recognized for understanding and having this conscious awareness. Having a choice on whether this, you know, keeps you trapped or sets you free. Again, free will choice, right? There's duality here. How do you navigate duality in your reality? I feel like that's part of what's being learned here. All right, we have strength coming out. All right, doing things with a place, in the space of compassion, Hanged Man. Surrendering to the divine. It's like not everything requires a reaction. Some things require pause, patience, allowing things to play out naturally instead of forcing things. This is like divine timing here. Hierophant. I feel like you've gone through your own struggle, so you know what it's like, so you can hold the space, all right? Look at Tower, bottom of the deck. Maybe there's a wave. I'm getting like there's a wave happening where false systems are falling. And that's when some of this plays out. The Strength. Ooh, and the Hanged Man. Here's that Six of Pentacles. Yeah, you could be moving along. Okay, I'm getting like the Chariot, Six of Pentacles, being devoted to what you're here to do. Very committed. Okay, determined. Very determined. Determined to help others with what you know and what you've experienced. Okay, then we got Judgment. This is clarifying the Empress. I feel like you know because you've been through it. All right. And when someone's been through it, then they are a great guide for others. Okay. Look at, there's cause and effect playing out here in this world of duality. I feel like you've been through the transformation yourself, right? There's hidden wisdom and knowledge that you bring to the table. You very much could resonate with a high priestess or high priest, an earth angel, someone who has mastered something. Okay, you've really stepped into your abilities and gifts. Okay, you see beyond the veil. Okay, with that moon, you also understand the concepts here of what it takes to be prosperous and what it means to plant new seeds and to nourish these into fruition. You could be here to plant something new and have it cultivated and grow with the Empress. I feel like you have access to hidden wisdom and knowledge here. You're being seen as somebody who has access to something. It's like you've unlocked the door, right? You went from the 5 of Pentacles to the 10, right? So you've transformed. It's evident. It's evident that whatever was set to keep you from your destiny only like ignited the fire within you, right? There could have been a sense of abandonment that you have transformed, okay? I feel like there might have been feeling like you weren't enough or someone treated like you weren't enough, but it was a mirror so that you could see where there was opportunity for your own growth and development. And I feel like that was unlocked for you. You know, maybe this is about seeing how, like, some of the belief systems, you know, say that they're to support us and really help us through difficult times, but are they really supporting us? I feel like that is also part of this. It's like, instead of relying on others, it's time to rely on oneself, because we remember. It's about remembering. Because this is like energy that's been of like abandoned and left out in the cold and rejected, and you know, they're battered, they're bruised. I mean, they're kind of a community of lost souls here. It's like once you were lost, but now you're found. Okay, so it's like releasing the heaviness of that. Okay, so that you can be free and clear. So you could have paid back karmic debt here, so you have like a lot of debits in the bank when it comes to your karmic account instead of deficits, right? Wheel of Fortune, yeah. I'm getting like there was lessons learned here that was necessary for your growth and development. Okay, and now you're that spiritual teacher with the Hierophant and the High Priestess. You're able to share the lessons with others so that they too can find themselves, you know, in a place of abundance, stability, security, a future. It's like how to manifest the life you desire, right? But you have to do the work, right? It's not like, oh, you make a wish and it's granted. No, there's work that needs to be done. There's lessons to be learned, but it's doable. And how is it doable? Because you've done it. So you have this testimony. All right, I am getting destiny energy here. We have a Knight of Swords in the reverse. So, you know, there could be somebody who is a bit pissy. We'll call him pissy, all right? Because they believed what they wanted to believe about you, and you let them. Okay, you let them, and, you know, you've left them behind as a result of it. If they didn't value what they had then they're not going to value it now, right? And there's this, like, closure here. So I feel like if there was somebody that left you in the dust, it was worth the experience because of what was learned here. There's something that has been closed out. Okay, so it's like a karmic cycle, a contract even. Okay, there might have been a karmic contract here that through this situation, experience was able to be closed, therefore allowing for the Ten of Cups to come in. Because you're no longer settling for less. There's no more focusing on what isn't there, and there's focusing on what is there. It's like there's two perspectives here, right? There's the positive and the negative here. It's like choosing to see the positive in a situation and moving on from it and learning the lesson. And as a result, like what was needed to be highlighted was highlighted, illuminated. Yeah. And then I have the World card and the Death. Yeah, something's ending so something new can begin. And that is the Fool energy over here. It's also like what goes up must come down, right? So somebody might have thought like, you know, whatever truth that they were speaking, maybe they're being seen as somewhat unreliable now. This Knight of Swords being in the reverse, they may have been a bit I don't know, bitter. Yeah, I'm getting like this Knight of Swords in the reverse had a lot to say about a family dynamic that very much could have represented you in some way. I'm getting like hurting others with their words. Okay, slander, defamation, lying, saying negative things to put someone in a bad light, lying about what truly was going on to save face, right? Getting a bit of that. And I feel like it's rooted in abandonment, rejection. Someone maybe felt rejected, okay? And as a result, there's retaliation here. I am getting the cycles closed, though. So, it is what it is. This might have been someone who was supposed to, you know, be someone who showed up for you, someone who stood up for you, someone who held space for you, someone who's meant to be a partner, a father figure, someone powerful, someone who's a leader, someone who's mature, but I'm feeling like they're blocked. They're blocked from having this new beginning with you. Okay, and they may have been saying the most and doing the most to prevent someone coming in new for you. Right? Because I am getting the Fool and Emperor here. So they may have tried to do a bit of sabotage. So they sabotage themselves as they find themselves in the reverse. And they could be repeating a cycle here because there's wounding here that needs healing. And so what I'm getting with this Wheel of Fortune is kind of like, not so fast. Okay. I'm getting more about this Knight of Swords here. Like, this could be dealing with the law, dealing with an investigation, okay? This could, like, again, like, someone may have agreed to something, like some sort of contract, and it's not in their highest and greatest good, and they may find themselves stuck in a family dynamic now, learning karmic lessons. They may lose some sort of stability and security, so that could be in like a job or a home or friend group or just support that would, yeah. Ten of Swords. So there's more to it with that Knight of Swords in reverse, but yeah. I feel like it's because it came after maybe a high priestess. High priest. I feel like they did a whole job on like discrediting you, speaking ill of your abilities, okay? Again, like we were reading about the clairvoyance and the abilities, you know, really coming online. And so they may have said that like, you don't have any of that. You're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay. And there may have been a group that believed them. Okay. So there's a bit fallout happening here. There's a Queen of Cups with the Magician here. So they could have been working with another energy, feminine, doesn't have to be though, Cancer energy, water sign energy. They may have been emotionally manipulated by an outside party here. We'll get more on what that is. I feel like there could be a bit of fear of them returning back to you, and that might be why they're in the side position. I feel like this Queen of Cups could be doing manipulation magic on them to keep them stuck with them and unable to move forward with you because they have a fear of abandonment here. Rejection here. I'm getting like this rejection is a catalyst for change. Okay. So it's serving that purpose for like things that are in the subconscious, things that are unresolved, things that that are, you know, could be hidden, right? I feel like things are coming to the surface to be revealed. And then I have 3 of Cups coming over, the 5 of Pentacles, and this Queen of Cups. So I'm getting like there's third party involvement here. So I'm getting like either this masculine put this water sign energy, Queen of Cups in a third party, or this is a party group, okay? This could be a friend group that maybe had some involvement in this dynamic and maybe even your dynamic with them as a result to where they find themselves now as far as their current situation. I'm getting like they could have worked with others, or there's like triangulation happening here still. 5 of Wands. So I feel like they worked with others. Okay, there's competition here. And I'm getting like they could have been triggered and been rejected by the third party or a group now. Okay, so I'm getting like this is related here. The 3 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. I'm getting like they may have rejected you to go towards this Queen of Cups, maybe from the advice of a group, friend group I'm getting, or maybe a group that they did work with, practitioner energy. And now they find themselves in the position that they put you in. All right, because this wheel goes round and round, right? So I'm getting that. This also could be work related. I have a 9 of Cups. So I feel like there's wishes and dreams coming true, and I'm getting like no matter what they've tried to do to you, it's not working. All right. I feel like they also could like party hard. They may have celebrated a little too soon here. They may have celebrated your demise, right? And because of that, you have to be careful what you wish for. You might just get it. And I feel like you've risen to the top regardless of their wishes for you. That may have been like what this Magician and this 3 of Cups and this Queen of Cups has been doing. They've been trying to send energy your way, right? Through water. Through some sort of like element here. They could have a substance issue. Okay, someone could be a heavy drinker. This could be a party group here. They could be doing more than just drinking here. There could be a lot of like exchanges going on between them and others. All right, doing things from a place of greed with the Ten of Pentacles. Two of Cups, bottom of the deck. They could be like wishing against your union here. Look, Six of Cups in reverse, Two of Swords, and the Three of Swords. Yeah, this was definitely a group, okay, that involved you and your person and someone else. All right, they may have had like a whole coordinated effort here. I'm getting that there are no fond memories here of this past person and dynamic and relationship. I feel like they're no longer a match for you. I feel like there's a lot of pain and suffering as it relates to this and the memories that you have. I feel like the advice here is to maintain your stance and keep this energy blocked, okay? Six of Cups in reverse. Look, and the Lovers in reverse. Yeah, this is, they're still dealing with their karmic contracts, okay, as it relates to this dynamic over here. They are not free and clear. In fact, there's a lot that they're going to have to be accountable for, is what I'm getting. I feel like this past energies, I feel like there's vapid, sentimental, sentimentality. How do you say that word? I'm also getting inaccurate memories of what really happened in the past, or some sort of inaccurate assessment of past events, okay? Someone may not be seeing clearly. I'm getting like there could have been a lot of betrayal, deception, backstabbing. I'm getting like they may think that they still have a chance. I'm also getting trying, but doing something in vain, maybe to re-experience an emotion. Like, again, pulling on someone's energy in order to like re-experience trauma. Okay, like this is like this is bringing me like trauma bonding. Okay, like re-injury. Okay, yeah. To re-experience an emotion from the past by manufacturing a similar situation. Yeah, so someone is experiencing what you experienced, but through this third party. And they may want to re-engage you in their dynamic to, again, re-afflict, okay? To create, you know, there to be some sort of emotional manipulative experience here. More pain, more suffering. This is a karmic situation. This is a karmic relationship with the Lovers in reverse. And then I have a King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Ace of Cups. I feel like where they're at, there's no love, okay? You were the one that held the love. And here's the thing. Look at how big this cup is, okay? This is your energy. This is what you have access to. This is what you have access to create from. They do not have access to that. And they want to triangulate you again so that they can gain access to your energy because you can manifest, okay? So they're wanting to take advantage. All right, it's for their own greedy pleasures. They find themselves in lack, loss, rejection. They're not able to manifest anything, okay? They're stuck with somebody who, you know, they're just continuing to hurt one another, okay? Because hurt people, right? And you're in this loving energy, okay? Yeah. Justice is playing out for this. Yeah, this is justice. Like them experiencing a karmic relationship with somebody who is going to treat them like they treated you is justice. That is karma. They are very burdened in this relationship, okay? They may be the one who has to do all the work, okay? They may be the one that feels overwhelmed, unable to release, okay? 8 of Swords. They're having to, I feel like they're playing the same song, the same tune over and over again, and nothing's changing. So this is for the sake of change, like shit or get off the pot. All right, there's a bunch of that. Someone could be dealing with legal issues here. 9 of Swords. We have the 10 of Wands, 8 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. Yeah, someone tried to sacrifice a high priestess, okay? Look at sacrificial lamb, right? As an offering, okay? So whatever they worked with and whoever they worked with, like they were watching. There was a whole group that they worked with watching someone try to take out someone else. All right. I feel like the actions taken are creating some sort of mental instability. Okay. Nightmares. Okay. They can't get the thoughts and memories out of their head about what they did to a high priestess. Okay. An earth angel here. Look at, they tried to sacrifice this for their own personal gain. And it's like, it might have worked for a little bit, okay, until the tables turned. So there was a lot of wounding here. There's energy that's operating from a lot of wounding. And not doing anything different about it. Yeah, look at the moon. You may have had visions, okay? Again, we picking up on that clairvoyance energy. You may have had visions, okay? Your spirit team may have warned you about what they were planning to do. This is like a bit of humiliation. This is a bit of like some sort of ritual, some sort of strategic, planned out attack. Right? And then here's all this energy siphoning from this angel, right? Siphoning your light, trying to manifest off your energy, trying to dim your light, okay? Take you out, all right? King of Cups. That's what I was talking about. King of Cups, Queen of Cups, 3 of Cups, okay? They worked with others to do this. This is the guilty party. This is the karmic contracts here, okay? 6 of Cups. That's that energy. They don't have to be water signs, but they're emotional manipulators, okay? And it's as a result of their own wounding, okay, that they use, okay, over and over again to the same tune, if you will, and nothing's changing, no evolving, no growth, okay? Same old, same old. 5 of Swords. Right? Betrayal, deceit. They're being manipulated by dark forces, all right, to take and make these decisions that are really bad decisions, okay? They're bad decisions. You're catching up to them, is what it is. Your conflict is your conflict. You created the conflict. Look at Page of Swords. Yeah, there could be someone investigating this. All right, look at, yeah, I feel like people are starting to look into this couple and what they've been up to because nothing's adding up. It's not mathing, right? It's not mathing. I see this Page of Cups. Somebody might want to share some sort of feelings. Maybe someone wants to talk about their feelings. Someone has feelings. King of Swords. This is about like someone who might want to apologize, but their intentions are not to be honest. The King of Swords is kind of in this blocked energy here. So this could be like an Archangel Michael protecting you from whatever immature energy this is that might want to love bomb, gaslight, the whole shebang. I don't know. Or this can be the energy that I'm picking up on, the masculine here, who may want to use emotional offer to kind of get back into your energy, but their intentions lack integrity with this being in the mid position here. I would say that they lack truth, honesty, and integrity. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. They realized that you were the shit the whole time now. You're the shit. You're stable, you're secure. You could be a business owner, an entrepreneur. You could be someone who runs a household by yourself. You could be somebody masculine, feminine that, you know, is able to create, you know, pretty much anything. Very abundant in your own right. I have the Star card coming flying out upside down. Yeah, somebody wanted to take you out. Somebody didn't want you to heal from the pain and suffering that they put you through. They thought that you would be down for the count. And guess what? You get right back up again. Okay? There's nothing that you can't overcome. You've proven yourself. Okay? I feel like they're refusing to heal is also what I'm getting. Page of Cups. They may want to try to come in saying they want to heal the situation, but their intention is not to heal the situation, okay? With the Star in reverse. They're not spiritually and emotionally nourished. They're not in the energy of faith, all right? They're not wanting to give equally to a situation, okay? They're somebody that likes to like feed off of others without having to put any effort. Yeah. Look at, they're depleted. They're in despair and they could be having financial issues. Okay. They're realizing that they made a bad investment and they made bad choices and they did it from a place of wounding. Again, like sometimes as light workers, we attract those that need healing because oftentimes the healer needs healing, right? But not everybody is for you to work with, help, support, right? Some people have to do that on their own, right? I feel like you might have had to choose you in a situation, all right, to save yourself. 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. That's the 10 of Pentacles. They want to come in and create some sort of disturbance. They want to pretend to work it out. They want to take advantage of what you've created on your own. And they want to create some sort of like interference here. They want a piece of your pie. They feel entitled to the piece of your pie, which sounds really weird, and that's not how I intended it. All right. I'm getting that. They want to come in, tell you a bunch of lies and manipulations to get back into your energy, make an effort, okay, and take advantage, all right, of what you've created so that they can benefit and celebrate, right? They want to, what is it? Live off your laurels? Something like that. That Sun card, bottom of the deck, is like, they're being seen for who they truly are. They're being exposed. We have the Death card. All right. There's something that's going to transition here that's going to create an ending. All right. Yeah, and I feel like it has something to do with like the 7 of Cups. So this could talk about substances. This can talk about false illusions. This can talk about delusion. Someone is delusional, thinking that, you know, somebody would want to deal with this again. Like, you don't have fond memories here. You're not interested in working it out with them, regardless of whatever story or narrative they want to spin your way. They want to blame somebody else and say it was all them and not take accountability. All right, because I feel like they're stabbing others in the back while trying to save face here. They're realizing that you were the one that they should have been working with this whole time, and that you were the one that had some sort of agreement here. Okay. You might have had a formal commitment with them, but they chose the karmic partner instead. I feel like their words they're having to eat their words. They're now realizing that the decisions they made have led them to, you know, some sort of ending, some sort of delusion, some sort of, you know, fantasy. Someone fell for a fantasy, okay? And they may be having a hard time. Look here's the sun. Yeah, I feel like things are coming to the light, the truth. And what somebody might have been doing behind the scenes the whole time. Look yeah, the Five of Wands. Like, what's been going on behind the scenes the whole time? Is that, you know, there's a whole group coming after you, okay? I feel like they're experiencing their own downfall, okay? Who's this Queen of Wands? Someone may need to leave the karmic partner behind, okay? And they could be represented as this Queen of Wands. Doesn't have to be, though. I feel like the Queen of Wands may have interfered in a dynamic, okay? Trying to maybe be you in some sort of way. Maybe there's a bit of jealousy, envy. I feel like they try to intervene in something that you do, okay? 8-8 could be relevant. I'm also getting what goes around comes around, okay? So they could be experiencing a bit of, you know, delusion themselves. I feel like they definitely, you know, played with fire, all right? Someone played with fire, and they're about to get burned. All right. Someone may have to leave this group, okay? Now they're realizing, like, they surrounded themselves with people who are just like them, and now it's being reflected back. It's being illuminated, exposed, right? About maybe the false sense of security that was once here, and there's a need for change here. So I feel like this is all for the catalyst of change. 10 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like they're holding on to, I feel like there's secrets here, there's evidence here, there's proof here, all right, that whatever was done from a place of, like, trying to hold someone else back so someone else could move forward. So a bit of, like, not wanting somebody to be better than they are. So there's a bit of sabotage here, because I do have the 10 of Swords. So this is like what's on its way is the 5 of Swords, okay? Here's the 10, clarifying the 3 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles. You know, I feel like they were betting on a return, and I'm getting that this rejection is your protection, but it's also their demise. This is like a brutal, painful ending, okay? And I feel like it's in play right now. It's currently happening, okay? Queen of Swords. Yeah, your cutoff game is strong. So you could be masculine or feminine, but you're speaking your truth and you're cutting things off that no longer serve you. And I feel like that's going to be the nail in this person's coffin. Figuratively, mind you, okay? Because you're choosing someone else, someone who's going to choose you and not entertain others or third parties or interference. And there's this meeting you halfway, like you're meeting them halfway. So I'm getting like someone's being replaced. And that is going to end this lesson with this person. Your contracts, okay, here, complete. Yeah. I feel like whatever thoughts, beliefs that they had of reconnecting, reconciling with you, they're going to find out a harsh truth. Okay? Because you do know everything that was done behind your back, okay, by this person. and they're going to find out all the things that were done behind their back, okay? And it includes this group. It includes this Queen of Wands. It includes, you know, this party group here that, you know, help this person help themselves to a sabotage, right? Maybe there's something, you know, good that can come out of this, and hopefully that's change. Hopefully, you know, they can make better choices in life, because this also represents bad choices catching up to you, right? And the consequences of such. Yeah. Huh. 8 of Cups. Yeah, leaving something behind that is no longer fulfilling. Realizing like it might have been fulfilling at that point in time, but is no longer aligned with someone's greatest good. Having to leave a situation behind. The Devil. All right. I feel like someone may have to separate for the sake of, you know, their own well-being, prioritizing their own well-being, right? The Devil's certainly talking about temptation. It's talking about ignorance, indulgence, all right? It's like someone went and played with fire, and now, like I said, they're getting burned here. Like burned at the stake even, all right? So whoever tried to sacrifice you could very well be sacrificed, all right? This could be this karmic trauma bonded relationship. You know, they're bonded to one another. I feel like this person, okay, this energy is going to be their demise. So it's kind of like someone is sleeping with the enemy here, okay? And they're going to be called to make a decision, okay? One that is a soul decision, okay? 8 of Cups. Yikes. Yeah. Lack of self-control. I feel like there's a lot of substance here, substance abuse, addictions here, temptation here, envy, greed, all right, immoral and unethical behavior, weak moral compass, all right. I feel like someone was doing this the whole time, but then blamed you and said it was you doing it, and now the truth is being revealed. Because it's happening in another dynamic that you're not in. And so you're removed, right? You're minding your own business, working on yourself, you're doing great. And then people are seeing this about you, or this is word on the street that you're doing great, right? You're better off than you were. But this person's life is a hot freaking mess, all right? So the truth is being revealed, okay? Regardless of what they say. So their choices and decisions in life are catching up to them. Queen of Wands again, bottom of the deck. I feel like this might be someone who's fire sign energy, but I'm getting like this might be the person who was planning and orchestrating and pulling the strings the whole time. Wanting this to be something that kind of crashes and burns, okay, at their own hand, at their own practice, if you will. Yeah. So they may tap into the dark arts, and so they manipulated the manipulator, okay? Yeah, here's a Tower coming out. Yeah, this whole situation's blowing up, okay? This, you couldn't hear about this. Like, this could be, like, involving multiple people, okay, that you no longer associate with. All right. This is some heavy duty lessons playing out here. The cards are a bit, how do you do? But it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, this Tower, man, is coming to clean up. This is like a reset, all right? Like, there's no choice but to go, right? There's no choice but to go. And I feel like they did that to you. Like you had no choice but to go, right? Look at, yeah, look at Two of Pentacles. I don't know if this is this in reverse? Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. This is the Empress in the lower arcana. So, yeah, I'm getting like as above, so below. So there's this, you know, cause and effect playing out. I feel like they're learning a very important lesson about the law of cause and effect. Maybe they thought that they wouldn't be held accountable for their decisions and actions. I feel like it's rocking their world, right? This is a reset. Yeah. I'm getting like there was constant juggling going on. Okay, either they were juggling constantly or they were being juggled constantly. I feel like that's what's been playing out here. Okay, so they were literally mirroring back to one another. And it's causing anxiety too. It's like knocking someone down. Interesting. Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you see this as a blessing in disguise. Are you being blessed? There's something coming in for you that you are very grateful for. You're very deserving of. All right, this is you planting new seeds, okay, and nourishing these. I feel like this is like a new life, okay? A new life. Look at calmer seas, peace, moving towards peace, having a fresh start somewhere new, whatever that might be. Okay, I feel like it could also be as it relates to possibly relocation or moving or receiving something that maybe is like unexpected income or just a new opportunity to create something new. And I feel like this Knight of Cups is, you know, someone who has some sort of interest. There could be some sort of hobby or passion that the two of you have in common, but I feel like there's somebody coming in with an offer. This might play out after you've moved to that calmer waters, okay? You may have had to release yourself from quite a bit here. There's not much, you know, that's going with this group. It's very limited. It's like taking the lessons, leaving the pain and suffering behind. It might be as it relates to something you do here. Eight of Pentacles, mastering something. It's leading to a new opportunity is what it's doing. This is Knight of Cups. Four of Swords. This is someone who's, you know, someone who's done their healing work and has ascended. This is someone that you very much could be compatible with, okay? This energy might pray a lot or I'm also getting like this Four of Swords can talk about like they too have been through some difficulty and have healed. So they understand. They have this knowing. There's a sense of accomplishment here. There's a sense of like reaching a level of expertise. Maybe there's a connection between the two of you as it relates to that process. I feel like they're coming in hot. Like they're going after what they want. They're not someone that's going to take no for an answer. It's like they know what they want and they go after it. They take action, all right? Okay. They could be someone ambitious, or they may see you as ambitious. Right? I feel like there's that offer. Page of Pentacles. King of Swords in the upright. This tells me that this is somebody who's intelligent, someone who's ethical, someone who has values, morals, integrity. All right, I feel like they may want to work with you, okay, in some capacity. It could be in a partnership. It could be in a love situation. Knight of Wands. I feel like they're making plans to come towards you. It's not quite here yet. For some of you. For some of you, they're here. Right? They'd be here. Nine of Wands. I feel like they're wrapping up their own process of learning from this past cycle, okay? With the Nine of Wands, like, they're feeling a bit wounded themselves. They could be still going through the healing here. Maybe not quite ready to start a brand new relationship, but I feel like you're in their sights here. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting they could resonate with being like a wounded warrior too. Like, oh, all right, I'll give it one more try. You know, maybe you both feel that way. Like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this again. Like, I don't know if I have it in me. I've been through so much. I think there's a bit of that. What do we have? Queen of Swords, King of Swords. Yeah, I would say that, you know, there's definite compatibility here with the swords. You could be in the communication field, or you could be a very strong communicator. This is air sign energy. It doesn't have to be, though. I have all signs present. So yeah, you could have some sort of presence, online presence. That might be how they found you. All right. And they're like, oh, that's somebody that I could get behind. You know what I mean? Ooh, you see that? Flipper-doo. Seven of Swords in the reverse. So I'm getting that their intentions are pure. All right. I would say they're not coming in to defame, you know, deceive. They're not a snake in the grass. I feel like, you know, you might tell the truth, okay? You might be a truth speaker, truth teller. Ooh, Ace of Swords. King of Pentacles. Interesting. Look at how this, yeah. I feel like they could be led straight to you. They could be divinely guided here. I feel like there might be a bit of a challenge, okay, because you're used to this energy. You're used to the snake in the grass. I feel like the divine's not going to send you a snake in the grass. You learned what you needed to learn. You overcame that. And you're also protected from this energy returning as well from, I would say, divine intervention here. And then I have a King of Pentacles. So I'm getting like, there's something worth your investment. Okay, I feel like this is worth investing in. This person is going to invest in you and you in them. All right. Yeah, Queen of Wands. Yeah, I'm getting like... they could have dealt with someone in the past that was out for their own benefit. Maybe was a liar. Maybe they dealt with their own version of a snake in the grass. And as a result, like, they're licking their own wounds at this time, trying to heal from that situation. So it's like almost double-sided here. It reminds me of like double-sided tape. Sticky situation, no matter how you look at it, you both could have a lot of common ground when it comes to dealing with snakes in the grass, whether they're feminine or masculine. I feel like there's advice here. There's like wise counsel here. There's guidance, divine guidance here. They may have been dealing with like a witchy woman or something to that effect where they abuse their power, okay, to manipulate and control, maybe for the sake of money. Maybe this energy has some sort of status that maybe they attract people that don't have good intentions. And so they had their own version of the snake in the grass, just like you dealt with that as well. Someone chasing opportunity for the sake of personal gain, right? But not wanting to put the investment in that it entails. So I'm getting like there could have been a bit of that. All right, so they're going to know and understand and feel for your challenges and obstacles in life. I feel like these things are behind them though. If you can see that these wands are like behind the guy and he's like, ugh, like dragging ass trying to, line up the next one. Like, oh, I'm just trying to wrap up this last lesson here and then I'll be on my way. So I'm feeling like, there's a lot of lessons learned here. This is amazing message today. Thank you. Look, 4 of Cups. Yeah, here's that cup of love, right? New acquaintances, new people, like loving and losing, love lost energy. Realizing like not everybody deserves your love, right? Having more discernment. Maybe there's a bit of like, oh, I'm bored. I feel like kaboom. Cowabunga, dude. Cowabunga. All right, you're not going to see this coming. And if you do see it coming, you know that it's a blessing from God. All right, there's an angel bringing this cup, and I feel like it's meant straight for you. You can't miss it. Okay, so don't have any fear. 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a beautiful offer coming your way. I was getting it has something to do with your own focus, determination, commitment to doing something towards your own life experience here. Like the Pentacles are your material reality and, mastering your material reality. You're almost there. You're 8 out of 10. Okay. So I feel like they could contribute or you could work on something together. There are plans for the future being made here. So they may have something that they need help with, okay, in some way. There's something like that, a craft that you do. All right, I only have a couple more cards left here. We have a King of Wands and a King of Cups. I feel, let's see, what else do we have here? Let's let these come out. King of Cups, is this past energy, new energy? That's in reverse. 2 of Wands. Oh, is this in the upright? Okay. I feel like you're leaving, this very much could be like leaving something behind and taking up something new. Okay. You could be leaving someone behind and taking up something new. You could have a choice of 2. Okay. One could be a water sign. One could be a fire sign. Doesn't have to be masculine, could be feminine. I feel like you could be leaving the past behind and embarking on a new adventure with somebody new. Taking inspired action, okay? Following a passion, purpose. 8 of Wands, 3 of Wands, Page of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. That's 4 wands. So I feel like there's some sort of creative project here or initiative or craft. Some plans are coming together, okay? I feel like everything's playing out the way that was meant to. You're right in the position that you're meant to be in. I feel like you deserve to be where you're at. Your value, your worth, your self-love, your abundance, okay, your glow, you're a child of the divine here. Ace of Wands is like co-creating with the divine and you having the support and resources to do it. So I feel like there's something that you have like visioned out, like maybe you're a visionary, maybe you're a strong creator, a manifester. We got that in the beginning of the reading here, you know. There's an activation here. It's like trusting your ability to guide others. Okay, I feel like you're very experienced with the Nine of Pentacles. So we go from the 8 to the 9 over here. All right, so you're a powerful creator here. And I feel like what you have envisioned for your future, you know, is something that's destined for you. And I feel like you're having divine assistance in creating this. So that's beautiful. All right, y'all, I'm gonna, I guess, stop it here. This is pretty powerful. I feel like you're meant to create something amazing, okay? But it's almost like at an arm's length. It's not quite here, but it's on its way. Like this represents movement and timing and multiple projects and, you know, like maybe closing things up to make space for the new, right? Because the page would be starting something new. So someone could be finishing up things before this new endeavor takes off. So a bit of patience is needed at this time as things are wrapping up, okay? So be patient with yourself, be patient with the process, and, you know, the karmic energy that you know, were involved with is in the energy because, you know, things are coming to a close and there's a lot of lessons playing out and you're part of those lessons, whether you're wanting that or not. It is what it is, you know. Again, that Wheel of Fortune. These are karmic contracts that you also had that you were responsible for paying back and learning from. Okay, until it's done, right? It could have been years and years since you've dealt with this specifically, but I would say there's been a lot playing out behind the scenes. All right, there's a lot playing out behind the scenes. So there's a bit of that's wrapping up. I just heard that's a wrap. Okay, so just, again, be patient. Stay in love and gratitude, okay? Just understand that, like, justice is being served, right? You surrendered that to the divine, all right? Justice and judgment is God's and God's alone, all right? So continue to stand your ground. Continue to stand up for what you believe in. Continue to hold the line, okay? And remember, you have everything that you need, okay? So I send this out to you guys with love and compassion, and I hope that this finds you in a great position, and just know that you are supported. And if you need anything, just reach out in the comments, and, you know, I'm happy to engage. And I hope you guys have the most amazing day, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye now.